Right, so what I'm doing today is an arm day, people. I don't think I've shot an arm day, specifically arms on their own, so I thought I would show you what I do, because in my training plan right now, for me, myself, I like to have an arm day. I'm not genetically gifted with arms, so I've got to work that, you know, so I'm just going to show you kind of what I do. I was meant to be training with somebody, but he let me down last minute this morning, so I was a bit upset about that. It would have been a bit more energy, but whatever, I can still produce energy. I'm still going to train hard, it's not a problem. So I'm just going to show you what I do is biceps, triceps, and forearms, because a lot of people neglect forearms, right? But they're very important parts to train still. Yes, you'll be using them secondary with certain movements, but you know, directly. And I noticed that where I had my injury for so long, didn't train, the forearm shrunk. And as I started training again without doing them, I was doing like a more of a push-pull kind of system. They were just staying the same. They weren't, you know, I rely on straps when I'm doing back, so I'm not initially getting massive grip, because I allow, you know, I want more power to be going to my back and not to my grip. So obviously my forearms are getting neglected. So now I really have to focus on them. I spend at least 10-15 minutes on forearms. I'll do like 4 exercises for biceps, maybe 5 for triceps. And depending how I feel, sometimes it'll be 3 and 4, maybe it'll be 4 and 5. But I always like to do one more tricep than the bicep, because it's a little bigger. So that's what I'm doing, guys. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what's going on, show you what I'm doing. I'm like 7.5 weeks out now. I wasn't gonna do another show, but there's too much an opportunity. I've said it before. I haven't really broadcasted what it is, but it's the Italy show, okay? I'm gonna do that. And the thing is, it's a master show only. Yes, I'm that old. I know I don't look it, well, some people say I don't, but yes. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a 35 up. And I'm gonna try and get that pro card. This is the last opportunity this year. It's a possibility. It's not saying I'm definitely gonna do it, but I'm confident in the way I'm gonna look. I'm gonna bring the best package I have this year. And that's all you can do, you know? That's all you can do. What I wanted to speak about is when people are chasing this pro card, right? This is what I wanna kind of make clear to people, and this is what I want people to understand. When you're trying to chase a pro card, yes, everyone wants to turn pro to a certain degree, right? But is your physique pro worthy? Okay? Even if you did get that card, would you even make any difference on the pro circuit? So when doing that journey, stop worrying about the card. Yes, the card's important to me, whether I get it next year, this year or next year, it doesn't really matter, because I need one more off season to be really competitive as a 212 athlete, and that's kind of where I want to start as a pro. So this is what I want you to try and realize. All these people I've been doing this for years, all these people that have been trying to chase this pro card, stop worrying about the pro card and get a pro physique, worthy physique. That's the main thing you want to concentrate on. Stop, oh, I need a card. Yes, that's great. You'll get rewarded with that card when you're good enough, okay? So in future, stop worrying about the pro card, worry about more, is your physique pro worthy? I want to get a pro card and then step on stage the next year and do okay, yeah? But if you think that the be end all is just a pro card, well, it's not. That's just the start of a new journey. But until you get your physique pro worthy, that's when it matters. And if you are pro worthy, you will deserve a pro card. If you're not, just keep going, man, just keep going. So yeah, we're gonna do some arms now. Okay guys, so whenever you're doing anything, warm-ups are important, right? So I will just start with some light weights, just get the biceps moving, because you've got to think about the ligaments and what you're doing around that, okay? So whenever I go into any kind of movement, any kind of bicep movement, always start with a few warm-ups, you know, just getting the bicep and the ligaments ready for when you do. If you just come in and go heavy, you're gonna get pains and joints and aches, and it's not gonna be good, all right? So take your time, warm up those arms, and be prepared for what you're about to do. Right, I just bumped into one of my clients' peers, right, who came 4th in the Olympia first show, boom, right, and then won a couple of shows. Well, you come 1st and 2nd, and you come 2nd in the overall. Yeah. So I was really happy with him. Just bumped him in the gym. He's just come back off holiday. We're going to an off season now. I think he's put on some podge, not too much.
I'm not showing you today.
Not showing it. But really proud of him. Done really well. Now we're going to go into off season, grow him for next year. I thought I'd just while he's here, just kind of talk about him while I do my arms on my own, like a loner. but it's all good. He's doing legs, otherwise I would have said, come on, let's do some arms. But yeah, so really happy. You're happy now, ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the whole aim of like this season for me, first time doing it was, am I gonna enjoy it? Can I actually do a prep? And like, I think we tick those boxes.
We ticked every box.
Super hungry for.
I mean, I see big things for you.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he's going to be a really good classic guy. He comes second in overall, and that guy was a really good classic guy as well. And both of them are gonna, I can just see big things for you, bro. I can see big things for you. We just got to put a bit of muscle in the areas, you know, this is his first year. You know, he's gone from 7 months of just being a gym guy into winning shows and coming fourth in the Olympia. I mean, I didn't even get a trophy, he did. So, you know, so I was super happy that one of us, or two of them come home with a medal. And I just see massive things for him. We're gonna get him bigger for next year. Off season, improve the slight little parts that we need, and then come back and smash the granny out of it next year. Do you know what I mean, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Like, we know we need to work on, right? Because
Yeah.
we've seen myself stripped down, shredded out,
Yeah.
so we know what the weak points are.
And that's a good point, because what you need to realize, guys, is when you go on stage, until you see yourself on stage, you're guessing, okay? You're in the gym, you might look pumped, you might look big, and everyone's commenting, oh, you're great, okay, you're great. But then when you get on stage, all those little weak points are gonna be shining like a bright light. This is what I say to these guys, didn't I, yeah?
Well, we discovered that between 2 shows.
Yeah.
Like, between the first show, we saw what it looked like, and we
Yeah.
made adjustments, and in 3 weeks, we made like...
It was a different protocol.
Yeah, literally.
So we did a different peak. We tried to play the safe game first time, then we went with a fuller look. I put it on my posts already. You can see within 2-3 weeks, it's a different package. But still, probably leaner the second one, right? Probably leaner, but fuller. You know, so this is what I'm saying. Each show, he was just good, great genetics. He was adapting, he was changing. You know, and from the first show, we could have pushed a bit more food up going into the second one, and we brought a fuller look, and I was super impressed. So next year, we're gonna really take things to a next level. He's just come back off holiday, so I'm ready to get him on the off season. Don't worry about your
I'll
pod.
show you in a second.
Don't worry your pod, I bet he still looks good.
I'm actually my glutes are still in, believe it or not. This is all here.
He gets ham and glutes before anything else.
Yeah.
Whereas mine's the opposite. I'm like, that's the last thing, right? Genetics plays a part. This is what I say to people. You know, everybody's body removes fat from different areas, okay? You know, everybody's a little bit different. That's what makes prep so fun. And that's what makes everybody an individual thing. There's no one size fits all. And with peers, I can see the condition is not a problem. Me, I'm a fat kid. Condition's an issue. I have to really dig. This guy here, condition was, we didn't even need to push cardio. And that's the thing, everyone's a little bit different. So there is no one size fits all. When you've got a coach, you've really got a coach has got to do that job and figure out how that's body responding. I hear horror stories that people get cookie cut diets, cookie cut programs, and they're doing all the same thing, right? But with me, no, never. Every week we make changes when needed, and we brought the best we could in that time that we had. So, but yeah, really happy, man. Can't wait to get him big and do next year, man. But yeah, I'll let you get on with your legs. Yeah? Don't kill him too hard.
All right, cool.
Okay, yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is a preacher single arm. I like this machine. You can really get a good contraction. This one, the first movement I'm gonna do is gonna be like a heavier one. I like to get my heavier stuff out of the way and then go to more higher rep ranges, cluster sets, really like get the most out of those kind of sets later on. But now I just want to get the heavy stuff out of the way while I've got energy. So, nice. Okay, so you see me there, right? What I do is get a right squeeze at that peak, because you know you want to be able to do the negative part of the movement, do the positive, and do the static. Because then you're going to be using all those fibers. Like I say before, there's always different layers to the muscle, okay? So if you're doing the eccentric, the decentric, and the rest, you're going to be using all of that muscle. It won't have a break at any point. And some people neglect, and they think the strongest part is the positive, but it's actually the negative, and it's harder to break that down. So you have to slow it down, squeeze, and contract. Ooh, let's go, let's go. Come on. Tight, right, tight. Right, see these ropes here? They're not in every gym, but if you do have them, use them, because what you'll find is when you don't grip, it takes away, you won't use any of that, and it's more to the tricep, okay? So you're really gonna feel it when we do this movement, okay? And you're gonna feel it in the outer head, the inner head, and it's a really good movement to use. Right, I started with 20 reps. Put the weight up now. We'll see if we can do 20, because I always try to hit 20. Can't do 20, I'll do 15. Can't do 15, do 12. Can't do 12, do 8 to 10, but that's the lowest it goes, 8. And then you're hitting all the rep ranges. I know I talk about it a lot in my videos, but that's how I train. Heavier, heavier. Less reps as we go down. The least reps is 10, 8 on a sometimes. All right, 8. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, come on, 15, I got it, come on, 16, 17, come on, 8, 9, 20. Oh, it's burning now. Woo! It's burning now. That's what you want. You want to get that blood in there. Push, push, push the blood in there. Especially for arms. They like higher reps, like legs, higher reps. Everything likes higher reps, to be honest, but especially for arms, they're smaller muscle group. They're more about the contraction and the feel. Yes, weight's important with arms, but you're gonna get more out if you do medium weight, but contract. Make that, use that weight more, get more out of that weight. Instead of just trying to pile on more weight, because you're only gonna end up damaging your ligaments. You get tennis elbow and all these pains. I used to get bad pains in my joints, where I used to go excessively heavy. And I got more gains from just slowing it down, contracting it more, squeezing the blood in there. So that's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do a drop sit now. Intensify this machine. Heavy as you can go, stacked it. I'm just gonna do as many reps as I can and drop it by about 30% each time. I always like to do drop sets on the first and second, maybe the first thing for triceps anyway. So, and then you'll feel the blood in there. As soon as you get that first drop set done, whatever you do after, you're just gonna feel even more. It gets that blood really in there. So I love it. All right, here we go. Yep, come on. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that burns. Oh, burns. That's what you want. You want to feel that burn, mate. Right, I'm gonna do another bicep now. And what I'm gonna do is like a triple movement. So I'm gonna start with this here, with this part, then move here, and then do the inside. And the point of that is I'm doing the inner head, the outer head, and then the brachii here. So there's a muscle in between the tricep and the bicep, which when I start pumping it, you'll see even more. But that will give you your thickness to your arm, okay? Yeah, building this part will bring that way, building that part that way, but the thickness is to do with the brachii here, right? So I'm gonna show you how to do that. And make sure when you're doing biceps here, it's another tip for you guys, right? Don't bring your arms back here. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna engage your forearm. Half of it's gonna be forearm. What you wanna do is bring your elbows forward and lift from there, okay? So none of this back here and doing that, because you probably find it easier. And the reason why you find it easier is because your forearm's doing half the work, okay? So when you bring your arms forward to here and lift, it's all bicep, no forearms. So here we go. 1. 10. Now we do the out ahead. Forward. Oh. Now the brachia. This one, instead of up third, you want to bring them out, okay? Oh, woo! Really feel that there. Beautiful. Let's go for the win, huh? Go for the win. Right, see this movement here, right? It's like a superset. So we'll do the inside of the tricep, and then we'll do the outside of the tricep. I'm probably gonna do about 30 reps, 15 each. This is really intensifies, it's really hard, so here we go. Let's go. Keep your elbows in. Oh, 2, 3. Get a good stretch. Make sure you get good stretch. That's what's gonna allow the blood in there. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, next one. Yeah, elbows out. Out ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, woo! I got the blood in there. Oh, it's a good movement. Not every gym's got it, but honestly, I think both of the Kings have got it. This one has. I think PHX has got it. But if you find it, it's a good movement. You can do it on a cable, like if you find a cable and you put it behind the neck, you could probably do this, same. But try it at home, try it. I really like it because it hit the outer head, the inner head, and the long head. You're hitting all parts of that tricep. Like I say, I like to do more reps for arms, so. Hey! Oh! Oh! I've only got 2 8s there. Still 16 reps, so it's not too bad. It's a really hard movement, it's fucking heavy that, so. But you gotta go heavier each time. Do what you can. Don't stick to a number. Kind of, I know my rep ranges, but you know, if you can't do 8, that is too heavy for you. Because all you're gonna do is mess up your joints. So if you can't do 8, drop the weight. You're gonna get more out of it. Just don't always think heavier is better. It's more about contraction, hypertrophy. Are you connecting with that muscle? A bit out of breath, I know. Right, another thing I want to talk about is when coming to me for an off-season, you got to realize that in an off-season, there's not going to be changes every week, right? Because productively, you could be on the same food for like 4 to 6 weeks before an increase happens. But what you got to remember is having that accountability. A lot of people in an off-season or growth phase or whatever it is, they think, I don't need a coach. I don't need one. I only need him for a diet. Well, I tell you what, you do. And the reason for it is accountability and not letting you just go crazy. Because what a lot of people think is, I just eat lots of food, I eat lots of food. But what will happen is, there'll be a point in that diet where you start to accumulate fat. And once you've got a certain point of fat, you just accumulate more fat, okay? It's like a domino effect. Once you get past maybe 15% body fat on a man, it just attracts easier. So having a coach to keep an eye, to keep you accountable is what you need. Don't think, oh, I can pack on muscle myself. I don't need a coach. I can do it. I guarantee you that person just gets fat, okay? They'll be eating McDonald's all the time. They'll be eating junk food all the time. And they say, oh, I'm bulking, bro. You're not bulking, you're just getting fat, okay? You may see the weight go up. Yeah, go, cool. But you're not gonna be pushing those nutrients that you need to the muscle. You're not gonna be causing the right can't even talk, growth, whatever, right? You're not gonna be growing, okay? Your slowly weight will be going up, you're getting more fat unhealthily, internal organs will be getting fat. You don't want that, okay? It's about keeping to a certain body fat level so the body is absorbing the nutrients, it's going to the muscle, and you're not just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Having accountability, having a coach is more than just diet phase. Oh, how do I get in shape? I need you to get me in shape. Okay, yeah, that's great. But what about after you're in shape? Do you just want to waste all of that effort you just put in to get fat? No. Do you want to get better for next year? Do you want to grow true muscle? Yes, you do. So coming to me as your coach is really going to help you obtain that muscle that you need for next year. You don't want to just get fat and then next year diet down, have to remove all that fat, lose any muscle that you did gain, and look the same. Pointless. You spend time, money, and where have you got? You're just a fat git. Ain't worth it, yeah? Especially women, they hold estrogen. Some women go crazy. They love a donut, they love a cake, right? Have accountability, okay? Have somebody that can keep their eye on you, who actually knows what they're talking about, not these so-called coaches, right? Somebody that knows what they're talking about, who can create a balance in your life, that doesn't want to make you live like a monk all year round. Yes, in a diet phase, blinkers are on. Yes, they are. But when you're not in that phase, you can have a bit of life. You can go out here and there. But having a coach will keep you accountable so you don't push it or overdo it or just binge all the time, thinking, it's okay, I'll get fat. Trust me, you're just gonna end up looking like crap next year and you're gonna lose that muscle that you tried to gain in the first place. So don't do it. Yeah, boy. Oh. 2, 3, 8, 2, 8, 9, 10, 20. X. 10. Fuck. 6. Right, you see me do most of my session now. Okay, so now I'm gonna do forearms. Not a lot of people train them. So I did speak about at the beginning what I'm gonna do. So this movement here, let me just educate on what I do. You see how I said, put your arms forward for biceps and don't put them back because the forearm kicks in? Well, now I'm gonna do the complete opposite. Gonna come right back, they're gonna engage, but what you do is you lift from the thumb, okay? And what that does, that allows this part of the muscle to be activated more, but you wanna come back. So all you're doing is forearm, the opposite to doing biceps, okay? So So I'll just show you now. It's best always to use one of these V-bars or Z-bar, whatever the hell you want to call it. And underneath this little, where it bends, put your thumb underneath there and lift from your thumb. So you don't really need to grip it tight, right? Pull, come back and lift like that. Oh, 20. Oh. And as you can see, all I was using with this part of the muscle. So what I do is, I'll do this movement, we'll do like 3 sets, maybe 4, see how I feel. That'll do that part. Then we're gonna get a straight bar and curl up, and that will do that part. And then we're gonna finish off with a straight bar. If you've got one with weight, great. If you haven't, you could just use the Olympic bar. I'll explain that part after, there's no point explaining now. But then what we do is we twist and it hit this part of the forearm. So really you're activating all of it. Another good movement is, they haven't got it in here, is a stick with a rope with a weight at the bottom. Now that's an old school movement. No one really does it anymore. But when you twist and bring the string up with the weight on and then twist it down, that hits all of it. And I tell you, so if you want to makeshift, make one at home or make one in the gym, it's probably a good movement for you as a finisher. But this, you want to get the weight, and trust me, over time, you'll get developed forearms. So when you're posing, you have development to the muscle here. Because you don't want just big ass arms and skinny little forearms, because it's going to throw off your whole physique on stage. Because as bodybuilders, we're trying to develop all the little details, all the little muscles on your body. You know, and that shows true development. To me, that shows that that person's doing the homework, okay? And really thinking about every little part of that body. We're bodybuilding, we're sculpting, okay? So if you're missing out any little part of your body, you're not doing yourself a justice, and you're not having a complete physique. It's not about who's the biggest chest and biggest legs. What about all the details? Detail, detail, detail. 10, 15, woo! Whew. This is my second movement for my forearms, right? Curl all the way up, get a good contraction. Put a decent weight, no lightweight, because it's not worth doing light. So relax your fingers all the way down, and come all the way up like that. Oh. Oh. Okay, so, right, this movement here, right? Make sure your arms are flat like that. Relax your elbows, come all the way up. Don't be swinging like this. Keep your arms locked, down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh God. And after doing those, you're really gonna feel that. It does that part of the forearm here, which is hard to activate. Unless you're like doing a manual labor job and you're continuously squeezing, or you're like more of a power lifter, it's really gonna be hard to get strong forearms. Because as a bodybuilder, I like to use straps so I can accentuate and use more of my back. Like say I'm doing back, I try to not grip a lot and use straps so I can get more power to the back. So obviously doing those sort of things, I don't get good grip. So I have to do forearms. Some people just grow forearms by doing other workouts because, you know, they're using a lot of their grip. Me, I don't, so I've got to do forearms separately, but I prefer it, so. Okay, so that was my arm session. That is basically what I do. I do change up my, some of my workout each week. I'll do a couple fundamentals that I always use, but like I always kind of spice up my life and do a few different movements. Today was a good arm day. Remember to subscribe, like, help me get my YouTube around. I love to give tips, I love to help. showing you my journey. But yeah, anything you could do, subscribe, like, all of that jazz, just do it. It just helps the algorithms, you know what it's like. And yeah, if you get something from this day, great. I like to teach, I like to help. If you need coaching, you know where I am. And yeah, big arm day.